Hello, my name is Hannah Palin. I am the Moving Image Curator at the UW Library Special Collections. So I wanted to give you a little bit of background. I began working in special collections in 2002 as a volunteer when Nicolette Bromberg pitched me on the idea of creating a regional film archive. And as we started working together and enjoyed working together, her successful grant writing career kept me employed, sometimes on a very part-time basis, but as we progressed, a lot more regularly. So over the years, I managed a variety of moving image preservation and access projects that were funded by local and national organizations, the Allen and Friends Awards, and also by very generous individual donors. So recently I became a real girl when I was named Moving Image Curator and was given a full-time appointment. So my mission here at the University of Washington is to preserve the visual history of the Pacific Northwest and to make sure that people understand the importance of moving image preservation. As the only active moving image archive in the state of Washington, I feel it is my responsibility to elevate the status of film and videotape materials as archival primary sources. Recently, my focus has been on local television news, women filmmakers, untold stories of the Pacific Northwest, and teaching the next generation of moving image archivists. I think it's important for you to know that a lot of us here in the libraries do not have budgets to hire student employees. We don't have budgets for digitization or processing projects. And to be really honest, we don't always have money for supplies. So for years, I didn't have endowments or gift budgets. If I wanted to do something outside of my own grant funded project, or that wasn't part of a prescribed workflow, I needed to come up with a way to pay for it. So for the last 7 of 8 years, the Friends has been that way. Thanks to nearly $30,000 in awards from the Friends of the Libraries over the years, I've been able to establish best practices for film finding aids, make collections accessible on the library's digital collections site, get out the word about film preservation at Dog Days in the Desert, and create a podcast series telling the stories of women filmmakers in our collection. And here's a sample from Beyond Scope and Content about the video artist Doris Chase.
Welcome to Beyond Scope and Content, Hidden Histories from the Film Archives. My name is Hannah Palin. I'm the Moving Image Curator at the University of Washington Libraries. I'm about to take you on a deep dive into a few of our collections featuring women filmmakers. Now, you probably haven't heard of these artists. They've been overlooked or they've faded from our collective memory. But the thing is, their work is sophisticated and passionate and just really surprising. So after you finish listening to this podcast, you're going to need to go watch their films. Trust me. Let's get started.
Nearly all of the Friends funding I've received has gone to students interested in moving image preservation and access projects. It allowed me to hire students from cinema studies, the information school, and museology when I didn't have a student budget at all. Even now, when I receive $2,500 a year to hire students to work on moving image projects, the Friends allows me to bring in students so that they can work longer and more deeply on projects that truly interest them and that benefit the collections, the libraries, archival producers, and researchers. Students were also able to work on all of these projects for their DFW and capstone projects, like Sarah Meidel, who was my assistant on Beyond Scope and Content last year. We worked really closely on the podcast series, and because it was in 2020, every minute that we worked together was virtual, but I think the outcome was really superb, and I think it benefited both of us in the long run. So students who have worked with me have gone on to jobs at the National Gallery of Art, Deluxe Archive Solutions, Alamo Drafthouse, the Academy Film Archive, Disney Imagineering, and Moving Image Preservation of Puget Sound. We've even had a student who worked with me, went out into the world, made good, and came back and is now our media preservation librarian. The Friends is a win-win. So thank you so much for your continued support on moving image preservation projects and for the students who work on them. We really absolutely could not do this without you. Thank you for everything. Bye-bye, and thanks for listening.